Hello and welcome to JoyRide with your hosts, the metaphysical moms, Tiffany and Carrie. JoyRide takes you on a spin through all things spiritual and soulful, including holistic healing, energy work, and personal development. Now, here are your hosts, Tiffany and Carrie.
Hello. Hi, Carrie.
Hello, Tiffany.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to the JoyRide show. This is show number 84.
Woohoo!
February 13th, 2018. Happy Valentine's
Tomorrow's
Day
Valentine's
early.
Day. Yes, and I want to say a special shout out to my sister, Joy
Hi,
Aiden.
Joy.
Dr. Joy.
You're watching.
She delivers babies.
And I want to say a quick shout out and a huge thank you to my dear sweet soul sister, Shelly Rice, and her whole team, Katie and Kathy's family, okay, I have to back up a second. Shelly was on our show, All About Bees, Give Bees a Chance, last year, and amazing. We just fell in love with her. And she got to meet my kids this year, a few months ago, and she called me out of the blue. And I've been praying for some amazing fundraiser to do for my son Daniel, to bring awareness and fundraising for his genetic condition, FOP. And Shelly calls me out of the blue and says, I would love to donate my honey harvest to sell for FOP research. And brought me to tears. And within 2 weeks, we whipped together 600 of these cute little honey hearts.
These little honey hearts, the little honey bees.
And we called it Believe in a Cure, and we sold out in 3 days.
Ah, that's so cool.
So
I don't believe it.
I believe it.
It's a belief.
They flew off the shelves.
Ha ha, that's so bad. Isn't that cool?
So, and she's already talking about what we're going to do next year and see if we can make it a national campaign where beekeepers all over, maybe in February, can sell a little bit of their honey.
So how much of it actually goes to?
All of it.
All of it?
All of it. Yeah, I bought the bottles,
wow.
and we had the tags, and everything else was donated.
That is such a, from the heart.
It was
from
so
Shelley.
from the heart. It was so
And it
beautiful.
was a lot of work,
Thank
wasn't
you.
it?
It really was. Well, the bees did all the work. We just bottled it and sold it. But thank you to everybody, really, from the bottom of my heart. We're so grateful. And for everybody who contributed. And maybe next year we'll be able to sell them and ship them, because
I like the jars, too.
we didn't figure out how to ship these little honey hearts this year. But
You don't want to be...
thank you.
Right. I can
Thank
come up
you.
with so many jokes with this, and I won't. Okay, but I want to talk about who we have on today. We have Miss Emma. She's in the house, and she is an extraordinary medium, lying to the other side. And man. Do you know, okay, I have to start with this. So I had a reading with you before we became friends, and it was one of the first times we've ever spoken. And it was the most incredible thing. And do you know things that you said then are still applying now and have come to pass now? And I will tell you off air, not on air, because it's some pretty interesting stuff. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here one day before Valentine's Day, you know.
Well, you're a little closer.
Just ready to share some love.
Hi, Emma. So we can see Emma when we post this later on our YouTube channel. You will be able to see her too. This gorgeous, beautiful, sweet metaphysical mama over there.
Glowy.
Now she's in her house in Belgium. We wish she was here in the house with us.
Yes, but we did do a show with her here in the house.
So you've been on like 6 or 7 times. I don't know. And every time you come on, we're just blown away. First, because you're such a beautiful soul, but by your gift that you're able to bring these messages. And we love your monthly messages where you're like, I'm just walking through the grocery store and I have Billy
Tap,
Sue
tap, tap, tap.
wanting to talk to Betty Jane. And she's like, I don't know Billy Sue or Betty Jane, but I'll deliver the message. I'll just put it out there and hope it gets to the right people.
So that's a new thing, right? I mean, you started a show where you're just bringing out these messages.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes I'll be standing in the shower and I'll get this name in, and I'm like, yes, what do you want? And then I just get a message through, and it's usually not very, you know, it's not a big message. It's very, very small message, because I'm not tuned in at that moment into that person. And so, you know, I just write them down. I get out of the shower, I have a little booklet, and I write them down, and I started collecting them, and eventually my husband was like, wow, you have like 20 messages in here. Maybe you should do something with this. And I was like, okay. So I just got this idea of, okay, I'll just share it, and I don't know who they're for, but whoever needs to hear them will be guided to them in some way or form, or somebody will see it that's going to tell them, and so I just started this Messages from Beyond thing to just share love and share, small messages from random spirits for random people that who knows who they are.
Little Valentines.
But it's just about sharing the love, and not everybody gets to connect with a medium and get a message. So in this way, I'm just trying to provide a little bit more enlightenment into the world to open people's awareness that, hey, this person who does not know who I am just randomly gets this message through that seems to resonate with me, to really just bring awareness and connectiveness to one another.
That reminds me of the scene in Ghost when she's sitting there and there's like a line out the door and she's like, leave me alone.
Right.
And I just watched that movie Ghost Town with Ricky Gervais.
Did I tell you?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it is so freaking funny.
Ricky Gervais is such a
dry
dry
wit.
humor.
He's
He's such a jackass kind of, but he's hilarious. I love him. And he has a surgery and he's able to hear and see dead people.
You kind of died.
And they're just bugging him. They're just like naked guys are walking up to him. He's like, oh, too much, and they won't quit until he delivers their message. And I was like, I wonder if that's how Emma feels. They're just like, tell my wife I love her. Or,
My favorite scene in that, I'm sorry to digress right here, but my favorite scene in that is when the nurse is wheeling him out after his surgery, and she's taking him out to the front, and she's like, okay, we'll see you again soon. And he's like,
what a horrible thing to say. And she's
so
like,
funny.
whatever.
Okay, so wait, how can they find you if someone wants to tune
in?
in?
Website.
But if they want to tune into to that show specifically, or all your shows, your multiple endeavors.
Yeah, you can. I have a YouTube channel that's just under Emmanuel McIntosh, where you can find all the videos that I do, including our interviews are on there as well. The Chilling with Adam videos, the Channeling Eric videos are on there. And then I also started kind of a series of my own, which is called Rolling with Emma, which is connected to a Facebook group. So if you guys are on Facebook, don't be afraid to join. It's called Rolling with Emma.
You put the best memes on there.
I know you really do.
Yeah, well, the group is all about positivity. Yeah. It's all about positivity, and there's so many groups out there that want to share light and awareness, but it turns into kind of, into these fights. They start to argue with one another, and it turns very negative. And I decided to kind of just do a group that's only going to have positive videos, reinforcement videos, that's going to be about bringing awareness and spirituality to people, and showing just how beautiful humans can really be, just how brave they can be. And, there's so many real heroes out there, and there's so many inspirational people out there, but all the news focuses on is the negative things. And I want to focus on the positive things so we can then attract that into our reality. When we put our focus onto what we want to see, we want to see love, we want to see compassion, we want to see, people helping other people. We want to learn how to become more enlightened, how to vibrate at a higher frequency. And so that's where I'm putting my focus on. And so Rolling with Emma, my group is all about positivity. It's all about finding ways to cure yourself with homeopathic means, with herbs, with, everything. It's about meditation. It's about spirituality. And it's just about all everyday life that can be inspirational if we want to look at it from that perspective. It's about choosing what perspective that you look at your life, and by focusing on the positive, trying to manifest that into reality. That's my purpose. And so I have a Rolling with Emma videos on YouTube, which is a little bit of everything. Sometimes I'll just channel my spiritual team, I have a spiritual team of 3. I have 2 angels, Raphael and Marna, and then I have Eric as my guide. And together they'll just pop into my head and say, hey, let's talk about relationships, or let's talk about, gratitude. How can we find happiness? And I'll just record it and put it on there. And then I do interviews, and I'm going to do Tiffany Friday. I'm very excited about that. We do interviews with people, who can help you in your journey. And we're going to, with Tiffany, talk about tapping.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know this.
Yeah, we did Nora. We did Nora, who was all about hypnosis, and we're going to talk to a doctor who's very spiritual, one of my clients, who works with oxygen therapy, a little bit of everything. And then I'm going to have a section, I'm still working on it, but I'm going to have a section with inspirational stories, which is I've done so many readings already, and there's so many people out there that, their story inspires me. And, they're always like, oh, you inspire me. But you guys inspire me too, because the stories are so incredible, the hardship and the pain that is endured and that is overcome with love and with, a different perspective on life, with a connectiveness to God or to Source or whatever you want to call it. And so I want to, bring some of those stories out and say, hey, look at these people. They are going through a hell of a time, but look at them go, and look how inspirational and how inspiring they are to everybody around them, and also shed some light on certain illnesses that these people have to deal with that are very rare. And so I'm hoping that Tiffany will come on as well with your beautiful son, Daniel.
He said he would come on and do
really?
it. Because Eric encouraged him early to tell his story, and he's been reluctant to do it, but he will with you.
Oh, that's so cool.
So and I have other people. I have everything all work. I've got it all in my head now. I just need to, start recording. And I'm just having problems figuring out how to record. I'm just not a tech buff, and I'm just like, how do I do it?
I can help you with that.
Yeah, Carrie's figured this out. She's moved us into the 90s here with all of our technology.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we'll talk after the show.
I'm so stuck in the 80s.
Nah.
What you're doing is beautiful. Thank you for doing everything that you're doing. It's a lot. It's gorgeous.
Well, okay, where's your accent? Your accent is gone. I mean, even more so than last year. Your Belgian accent is gone.
I'm talking English
talks to Americans
24/7.
Yeah, that's funny.
She's going to get a Texas
with my job, I'm talking English 24/7. Whether it is, I have people from all over the world, which is so fantastic. I never thought so many years ago I'd be talking to people in Hong Kong, and India, and in Australia, and Norway. Oh my God, it's so cool! It is so cool.
Are you open for readings anymore? Or are you still booked all the way through the year? How's that going?
You booked till 90?
Right now, when it comes to readings, I am fully booked for 2018. However, I do still have openings for life coaching sessions. So if people just want some coaching into, how to manifest or how to feel good in life, then I still have openings for that. And then my husband, Gerald, is an incredible energy healer.
He is. I can attest to that.
He really is.
He can still get people in as well if people are in need of an energy healing.
He's a beautiful, strong, loving person, and I've had an energy healing with him. So
it's amazing.
He does it over Skype too. So I think a lot of people think that he's just doing it at home, but just know that it is possible to do an energy healing.
Well, there's no time and space.
Distance.
Well, here also, I want to say that I have been the, what is it?
Benefactor?
Beneficiary?
Yes.
Of your coaching. And you are freaking awesome because it's done in a way that is so just friendly and professional but it's really great because it's intuitive also, and it's like almost like your teams are like your team talks to their team, and then their team tells you, and it's
Some good
highly recommend that for you because you're
Right.
amazing.
Well, I think during my life coaching sessions, I don't really channel spirit. However, I connect to the people's energy, and when I connect to their energy, I connect to their spirits automatically. I won't have a conversation with them in my mind, but I get messages in feelings and in thoughts on how that person needs to be helped, because every person is so, unique that they need a different approach.
Right.
And I think when you talk to me, you won't feel like you're talking to a therapist or you're talking to, a stranger. I consider all of my clients as my best friends, my family, my sisters, my brothers. And we're all connected, we're all one, and I treat everybody that way. And I think that sometimes makes a difference too, because you'll start to feel more comfortable with the person who's trying to give you advice. And being comfortable is necessary to open up, to be honest,
It's trust.
and to be ready to receive, the messages that you need to hear in order to help you in your life.
That's beautiful. And are you still doing the monthly Ask Eric questions?
I am. They're changed to Ask Emma, but Eric's
Emma.
always there.
Right. Okay, Ask Emma. But it's
We
you can sign up.
changed the name, but it's still the same. Eric's always going to be there. He's my guy. So, but yes.
But that's how you can get a message from your loved one instead of a full reading. You can once a month at the beginning of the month
Right.
you open it up and everybody gets
I
a
open
quick
it
little
up.
message.
Yes, I open it up on the 1st of every month. You have to be quick because the questions are limited, and they do fill up pretty quickly. So you
But those
definitely
are
have to
spot
try that
on.
one day.
But that's what we wanted to do today. It was to see if there was any messages that came through. We know we've got a lot of people tuned in listening or that will be watching later on YouTube. So we were going to just open the floor to you unless you have something else to kind of see. We could talk all day to Emma. And we do sometimes.
I know, I
We
was
get on
gonna say-
Skype and we just for 3 hours we're ba 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 ba.
I do, but it's something that we can talk while I make breakfast tomorrow. So I'm not going to take everybody else's time.
So saying hi. Oh my gosh, we got lots of people tuning in to listen. They're all
Who do
they're
we
all
have?
saying
Who
they
do we
love
have?
you.
We have Terry.
Yeah, Terry and Michelle are saying bring it on.
I love them. I love
Denise
them.
and Linda. Somebody was saying Emma's freaking awesome. Yes, she is. Jody
Jody.
and
I need to call
Sue. Oh my gosh, I want.
Okay.
You guys can read the Facebook comments. We want to
Okay.
get to Emma.
Come on, Emma.
And bring on your loved ones because you had some messages already come in written down. So
Yeah,
if
I had
somebody
written down some messages. So, and then probably, I've kind of invited people in and kind of said, okay, guys, if you got a message, now's the time to do it. So we'll see what comes in.
if you're listening and you think this message is for you, drop us a line. So I'm going to sort of keep an eye on the comments, and that way it won't be a full-on reading, but we can validate some of the points maybe. Or if you think it's for somebody you know, share it with them.
Yeah, that's a
share
great
the
idea.
message so
Yep.
that you think they can get it. All right.
All right, Mama, you got the flow.
Hi, Danny from UK.
All right. Well, Adam Kajal has been kind of annoying me lately.
Hi, Adam.
He just wanted to tell his mom, his dad, and everybody else that he loves them very, very, very much, and that, he can be anybody's Valentine. All you need to do is ask.
Sarah's watching. Was Adam like that? Was he'll be anybody's Valentine.
Ooh, you get
He
around,
said,
man.
I'm gonna be anybody's Valentine. Whoever needs one, I'll be there. He said.
Funny Valentine.
Aw, that's sweet.
And then we have, hold on, because somebody just came in.
Take your time. You gotta.
Okay, okay, so this is for a Gail. I think this feels like a father figure. So I think Gail, this is her father, Jerry. I think, yes. He's confirming, yes.
Jerry's here for Gail. All right.
Yeah, Jerry's here for Gail, and he wants to tell you that he loves you very much. And he's saying that your inner light is shining onto the world like a light tower in the mist.
Aww.
Wow.
He says you are a guide and a teacher of love and compassion, and you spread awareness and hope to the people who surround you. We all love you here, so please continue to pass it along to the rest of the family and to the rest of the world.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's a beautiful message. Thank you, Gary. Well, we
Jerry.
hope that Jerry. We hope that Gail will get that.
Okay, and then I had a message that I had a little bit ago, which was for a wolf.
Wolf. Okay.
Wolf, yeah. At first, they showed me a wolf, and I was like, wolf?
I knew it was.
But then they showed me WULF, so wolf. And this was from a person called Brainard. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Brainard.
Okay.
Bernard.
And then Alice. They were hand in hand, a Brainard and then Alice. They felt to me kind of like a grandparents kind of energy. And they wanted to tell Wolf that they loved him very much, of course, and that they're very, very proud of him. And they said, a life needs to be lived, and we are happy to see that you are doing just that with Leanne. As long as you keep your sense of humor, abundance will always follow. And he just said much love to everyone in the family.
Well, we're
So
seeing
that was-
Shelley Wolf, and her last name is WULFF. So, Shelley, if that's for you, tell us if that's your grandparents, Brainerd and Alice. And these messages are for everybody, telling us about being the light and keep going and humor. This is for everybody. So, thank you for
Yeah,
that.
so
Brainerd and Alice.
that was for Wolf and for Leanne.
I love that. Thank you. Okay, well, if we get validations through as we keep going, we'll
Yeah, let me know. Let
pop
me
in.
know. And then I had a message for Melody. Melody, this was from your mother, Patricia. She wanted to tell you that she loves you very much, and she wanted to pass on the following message. Allow the divine creator inside of you to manifest a new chapter in your life. So become fearless in your actions and decision making, and abundance will follow fluently and with ease. That was the message for Melody.
Okay, abundance. Just thank you, Mom, Patricia. Oh, Shelley's saying nope, it wasn't her. Her last name was Wolf, WULF.
Okay.
So we were hoping that was her. Maybe it's related somehow, because that's an interesting.
It's an interesting name. I used to
Last
sail with
name.
A guy named Wolf.
Oh, really?
Okay, so somebody's coming. Is Carrie on?
Carrie Mina
Mm-hmm.
or Carrie Walker?
Carrie
I haven't
Nina.
seen Shiny Carrie in, but we'll get her the message if someone's coming through.
There is, I don't know who this is, but she calls herself
Text her. Tell her to
Oh,
listen.
I'm going to text her real quick.
Maida. I think Maida. It's M-A-I-D is what I'm getting in. I'm not really sure who that is, but she says, identity can only be determined by the self. Stay true to your heart, and the creation of truth will be established in your vibration.
Oh, I like that. And that's
So
for
that
Carrie
was
Mina?
Carrie. Yeah, I guess she's showing me Carrie's face.
All right.
So I know it's for her.
Maida.
Maida, I think.
But I like that. Your identity can only be determined by yourself. You get to choose who you are, how you show up. Have it be truth in your heart.
Yeah.
Always. I love that. Thank you, Maida. We'll make sure Carrie Mina gets that. She is so
Okay.
herself. I don't know anybody who's not more true to herself than Carrie Mina.
Yeah, but she also doubts herself. And
That's so-
I think,
We all do.
We all have that. Yeah.
yeah, she doubts herself very much. I think she's always afraid of being herself, but then she goes, screw it, I'm just going to do it.
That's exactly
It's too
right.
hard not to be myself.
I know, right?
It is, it's so hard, and I think, in life we always question ourselves. Who are we supposed to be, and where are we supposed to go, and what are we supposed to do? But, it's so simple. Life is so simple. Just be you, and just do what you feel is right, Simple as that. You don't have to overcomplicate things. Okay, so
Okay.
I had a message for Kathy. This is from her son Jacob, who committed suicide. He's just asking his mama if he wants to be his Valentine.
Oh, man.
He's saying, I know you feel alone at this moment, and I know you feel misunderstood by family. But he says, as long as you keep the love in your heart and the compassion and understanding that everything is as it should be, and that it will lead to the lessons and the expansion that you've desired to experience on this earth, then you can continue in life, he says, with joy, abundance, and balance and peace. So I love you so very much. And to my brother Nick, he feels worried about Nick. He's saying, let go of past energies and fill your everyday with possible futures, he says. Mm-hmm. Just know that I love you and I am with you every step of the way. You're never alone, he says, and I love you.
Thank you.
Jacob, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, if you guys think you might know who this is, because somebody's like, oh, I might know another person from another group, go ahead and pass it on, and we'll see if we can make a love connection here. Those are beautiful. Well, when somebody goes through such a hard thing as losing a child to suicide, and we know many in our group that have gone through that, to move forward with joy feels almost impossible. And then you keep delivering messages from the loved ones saying it is possible.
Yeah.
It is. It's just by, I think, it's just by understanding that we never leave, that we just choose to stay in a different frequency, and that eventually, we all kind of come back together. We all reconnect, and we all, we never stop living together, and we're never disconnected from one another. If you can keep that in your heart, and if you can live and still keep our deceased loved ones in your lifetime, when I talk to my spirits, and the people that I want to talk to, they're part of my family. You need to keep them part of your family. They didn't leave. So if it's Christmas and you're having a hard time with them not being there, buy them a gift. One of the spirits told me, I don't remember who it was for, but they told their loved ones, buy me a gift, and then when Christmas is over, give that gift to somebody who needs it. Pass it along to a person in need that might use, that might be beneficial with that gift. So it's about keeping them alive in your daily life by talking to them, by trying to feel them, and by listening to the music around you, listening to your heart, your emotions, your thoughts, because they're always connecting, they're always communicating. You just need to open up and accept that they're still there, and allow the messages to come in, no matter how small it is.
Yeah.
I know a person, and her son who crossed over, he leaves little heart-shaped objects everywhere. She'll go to the forest and see a heart-shaped rock, and she'll see a heart-shaped leaf, and wherever she goes, she'll see hearts. And it's once you put your awareness to their messages, you'll start seeing it more and more and more and more. So the more you put your awareness into it, the more you confirm to the universe that you are connecting, you are communicating. That communication will expand and grow and intensify to a point where you won't be able to have one day without getting a message in or without getting that acknowledgement in. So it's all about how you see things, people. How you decide to experience your reality is how you create the possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and you spoke about that message that Jacob gave to Kathy about the expansion that you came here to experience might be through his passing and overcoming all of those intense emotions. That is the expansion possibly that you chose. Even you guys decided that as a human we can't conceive of why I would put myself through this, but there's so much growth there and understanding.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so I have a message from Bria for Luciana, and she's just saying, "I love you so much, Mom, and you will always be my little Valentine."
Oh.
She says, "Keep up the good work. Because you are improving on a self-knowledge level. You are improving on a spiritual level. You just need to believe that growth and expansion is a slow process." Because you're here, part of your journey, she says, is for being patient. Growing will always be a slow process, but know that you are evolving, and don't get frustrated if you don't see the results right away, she says. And I just want to say to my sister Allie,
Okay.
I love you more than words can say, so please be strong. I know that you have problems acknowledging that I'm still around. I know that you are not convinced that it is possible to communicate from the afterlife. But my only message to you is, whether you believe or not that I'm still around, all I want you to do is to have fun in life, because having fun and creating positive emotions and feelings will always lead to more of that and will always lead to abundance. And I want you to get out of life everything you can possibly get and discover your true nature in this beautiful journey on Earth, she says. So I love you so much, and either way, I'm always there, whether you want to believe it or not, she says.
That's a beautiful message for Mom and sister. Thank you.
She's saying, I'm always there.
That's
It kind of has a little attitude. It's kind of funny.
I love it.
So is your room just full?
It feels pretty full right now, yes. I kind of get pulled towards different directions. So, I don't see them right now. I don't have them in my mind's eye, but I can sense the energy. So
That's cool.
I'm just asking them to go one at a time, because otherwise it gets a little mixed up, the
Perfect.
messages.
Well, thank you for that message, Luciana.
This is a message for Tracy from her son, Mark. He's showing me that he drowned. This was accidental. His energy feels a little heavy, but I think he's just okay, so he just wants to tell her that they will speak soon and that he loves her so very much. He says, oh, okay. Okay, so his mom has a reading scheduled with me, so that's why he's saying we'll talk soon.
Well, Mark, you'll get to talk to
The
your mom.
teaser.
it's a teaser. He says, yeah, he just wanted to let her know that he's around and it's okay. And he just wants to tell his brother that he loves him very much, and he's also guiding him. He also says that he needs to listen to his heart more. And he says, to my dad, Joseph, I know how much you miss me, but he says, to all, please understand that I'm still a part of this family, and I can see, hear, and feel every one of you, and know that despite the circumstances of my death, everything went as planned. So that was his message.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Mark. Wishing you peace. You get to talk to your mom soon, too.
There is on this side, there's a Jerry, another Jerry. This is for Paulette. He says, I want to tell my friend Paulette, and I want to let my brother Tom know that I'm okay, and he's with Mom and Dad, that they're all together, and that they all love him very much, and that they need to continue to share knowledge and awareness to the world, and that he's going to help them with that, he says. He's going to help them on that journey.
Thank you, Jerry.
This is for Denise. Message for Denise. He says, this is from her mom, Betty, and Guy, or Guy, I don't know how to pronounce it, Guy or Guy. He just wants to say happy belated birthday. They were partying with the rest of the ladies, is what they're saying.
Oh, sounds like a girls' night.
And she also wants to let Bonnie know that she loves her very much. She's very proud of her, and she's proud of all of her girls. And this is for Denise and Bonnie, I guess. This is a message for Denise and Bonnie from Betty and Guy or Guy.
Perfect. We are hoping to deliver all these messages. We have a lot of people tuning in, so I'm hoping we get to read somebody who's can deliver.
Then there's YouTube.
Yeah, well, just somebody that can deliver. Yeah, they might see this later on YouTube. You're doing great, Emma. How are you doing?
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm getting a little tired, but I'm good. A lot of energy to process when they're all at once.
You guys take it easy on her. Just
step back.
One at a time. It's like a Twitter. You get 140 characters. Like a tweet.
Right.
Or 200.
It kind of is like that. You know, a lot of people ask me, how does it feel to channel? But, you know, it is extremely exhausting because when a medium channels, we literally have to raise our vibration to a level that is not comfortable to a human body. Our human body has to have a lower frequency in order to have the physical experience, and so we are constantly raising that frequency in order to connect. But when we do that, our body has to work extra hard to readjust to this new alignment, and it's just very tiring. It really gets tiring. That's why we're sometimes limited to the amount of readings that we can do in a day. Otherwise, we would just, you know, you become ill and you become sick when you're energetically drained. And so it's really important for anybody out there who's listening who wants to become a professional medium, just keep that in mind, that you need to take care of yourself as well, and that you need to take care of your energetic body and really take the time to recuperate because I think a lot of mediums out there, they'll burn out. And I was almost at that point last year. I was at a pretty close burnout there. So I learned to switch things around and, to take better care of myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eric told me from the beginning, he said, you're going to have to take care of yourself. Don't forget to take care of yourself. He would remind me, and I'd be like, I'm fine. I just wanted to help as many people as I could, but eventually I started, getting more ill, and I started getting more headaches and things like that. So I had to change my way of doing things. Okay, so this is a message, I think, for a Keely and a K. They're saying the two Ks. Keely or K, this is for you. This is from Larry. Larry says he loves you very much and he loves the whole family. And he says, to Keely, release the need to feel control over your reality and replace it with an irrefutable knowing that your reality is just an expression of yourself, he says. So let go of the control is what he's trying to say. And just identify with the idea that control is not necessary, as your reality is always an expression of who you are, what you're sending out, what you're feeling.
Wow, that's good for all of us. Thank you.
Okay, this is for Terry.
Right.
Terry with an M.
Terry's been waiting.
Hi, Terry.
Terry and Michelle.
They've been waiting impatiently. No, I'm just
And
kidding.
Terry, I want to say I did not proposition this.
And just know that every single one of you is loved, supported, guided, and protected, okay?
Oh,
And
chills.
there is a Bella who is with Monty, who is doing good, who seems to be, she's showing me pain. She's showing me there was suffering going on in the physical world. So I don't know if she was sick or if there was something going on with her, but she's saying that she, in some way or form, was sad to leave, but also happy to transition, to be relieved from the pain. So, but she's doing good, and she's with Monty.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can just feel them their two spirits are standing next to each other, so kind of like a pair.
Bella and Monty.
Bella and Monty.
My Bella, my sweet Bella. Oh, Terry, well, I'm glad you got that message today. Now, Terry has had readings with you before, right? Or no, Terry
No,
has done,
I've never had a reading with Terry.
but I think he's had a couple
He's
of
had the
questions
questions.
answered, and he would be like, oh my gosh, everything was so validated, but I don't think he's ever actually talked to you, but he's validated your answers with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've spoken
I think
with him.
I've had asked Eric questions with him,
Exactly,
Yes.
yeah.
and his family. I think his family as
Yeah.
well. They're all sending in questions. like
Yay,
crazy.
okay, well, Bella and Monty are with you guys. And
Thank
just
you,
such
Sue.
a great reminder that we're all loved, we're protected, we're all doing, just be you and have fun and have humor. And
Well, Eric Medhus just wants to tell his family and his mama that he loves her very much and that all is as it should be. And he says, new horizons are coming and new experiences and discoveries are on its way.
Yeah,
He
they
says,
are.
He's just saying, just make sure that you take care of yourself, make sure that you heal, and that you keep the love in your heart always, he says.
beautiful message. We'll make sure Mama Madhouse gets that.
Okay, can I ask him one thing? Tiff called me last week and she said, God, I smell pot. Why do I smell pot? I mean, there's no pot in her house. Was that you, Eric?
Duh.
You stank it up, too. It was like, wow,
Duh.
right
Damn.
there. I said hello. It was lovely to see you, to feel
And he
you,
just,
to
Smell
smell
says,
you.
he says to all the channeling Eric peeps out there, he's saying, love and understanding is necessary to create a beautiful world.
Yeah.
So accept that all happens for specific purposes, and understands that the universe does not make mistakes, and neither do we, he says. So have faith in how things have evolved, and support every being with love, light, and acceptance. So that's for everyone.
Thank
out
you,
there.
Eric.
Shout
I was
it from
giggling when you were talking about your team. You have these two archangels and Eric, and I imagined him with his teenager self smoking a
It's
doobie.
kind of-
Pulling out their feathers.
I know.
It is kind of a funny, a funny group, because
You got to keep it
My
real, man.
motto-
Crew.
my angels, Raphael is kind of goofy, just like
I love
Eric is. So energy-wise, they kind of match together. But then I have Marna, who's a female energy. And she's the serious one of the bunch. She's the one who keeps me straight and keeps me going and gives me courage. But when I see my angels, I don't see them as humans. I see them as long light beings. They're very long, very tall. I don't see any facial features. I just see light, kind of in the shape of a human, but they just look like they have longer fingers, longer legs than a human does. And then you have Eric, who's stands next to him, who looks
like an
short
ant.
as hell. Looks short as hell.
He's an angel,
with his
too.
scruffy hair and his worn out jeans. I don't know why, but lately he's been wearing worn out jeans. And it's just I just have a funny group of people around me. But I get so much insights, from the celebrities that I interview. Ever since I did on Chilling with Adam, I did the interview with George Michael. I've been hearing George Michael on the radio every day. It's like, okay, George, I know you're here. It's just so much fun that even the people that I interview become part of my family. And, I get friends talking to me in the shower, and I have David Bowie popping in while I'm trying to go to sleep, and, they're just popping in to say hi and give me advice, and it's just so much fun to see that there are no restrictions. Whether or not you have a spiritual team of 3, 4, or 5, doesn't matter. There are still, everybody else out there is still supporting you, is still guiding you. So don't think that you're limited to whatever your spiritual team is. Other entities, if you allow them in, and if you understand that there are no boundaries, that there are no limits to who you can ask for help, then you will find that they will help you. So don't be afraid, people, to ask for help. If you have questions about writing, contact a deceased poet or a writer or anybody and just say, hey, guys, I need some help. If you want to be a singer, contact a singer that you're inspired by. There are no limitations to who you can connect to. That is an old way of thinking, I think a long time ago, when spirituality became, kind of rose to the surface, everybody kind of had this, you have to talk to spirits in this way, and you have to watch out what you're saying, and it's got to be respectful, and spirits are, they're enlightened beings, which they are, but, and they don't curse, and they don't do this, but, we stay the same, whether we're here on Earth or whether we go home. It's just a projection of who they were. So whether Eric is cursing or not does not make him less of a spirit. It's just his way of being human and connecting to people on a human kind of level.
Well, that happened. I'm sorry.
No, go
I
ahead.
would say that happened with my husband's dad. He came in, spoke the whole time. And he asked, he said, do you want more advice? And I said, okay. And next day I was like, I was so mad. I'm like, why did I take advice from you? And I was just so angry. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm really not sorry. Anyway, so we've been having this dialogue, and I know he's just laughing. But you're right. I also understand that just because they've crossed doesn't mean, like, if they were bad in math, then why call on them for math? Call on
Right.
Einstein. I don't know. Anyway.
They
But
do
it's
have
really
a lot more answers now, but
it really is an old-fashioned way of looking at spirit, you know, and so people
Reverence.
will say, you know, why would Jesus come and talk to me? He didn't know me, and he's so much higher than I am. But no, people, we're all the same. We're all family. We're all connected, and that's how we have to see it, you know?
Okay, we have 10 minutes
Okay,
left.
hold on. Michelle is saying, so happy my son is with Bella. They were both such gentle, loving souls. How amazingly perfect. So thank you for that. And my friend, my sweet Missy, she connected with her brother, and when at the end she's like, you know, can I talk to you again? He's like, shit, yeah, bitch, you know, because he was just like that. So it was just so funny.
I'm always shocked when I hear you say a naughty word.
I know, but it just makes me giggle. So love you, Missy. Mwah.
Okay, 9.5. We got 9.5
Well,
left.
Okay, yeah.
Tiffany, your mom's here, your mom and dad are here, and they just wanted to let you know that Daniel is going to be great. And he's it's almost like he's this little flower bud that's slowly opening up until he reaches his full potential. And they just wanted you to know that, you know, you're doing great and you're being so brave and they love you so very much. So just know that everything is going just perfectly and that all you need to do is allow it to happen and allow that unconditional love that you guys are sharing in a family to just, you know, it needs to, this is what she's showing me, she's showing me a visual. It's like, you know, you guys are being raised into the heaven atmosphere because of the love that you guys share as a family. You guys are so tight, you're so connected, you're so in tune with one another that it raises your vibration literally, and it brings you into connection with Source and into connection with all that is. So understand that your family is your entire universe, and that every bit and every part of it, every puzzle piece is perfectly fitted right now and is perfectly on schedule. So
thank you.
Good things are going to happen. 2018, she says, is going to be a great, great year.
Thanks,
for
Mom and
you,
Dad.
for the boys, she says, for all of you. So
Thank you.
keep up the good work.
Great message.
Well, and their love and guidance throughout the years has kept me being able to do this with love and yes, it's kept me. So it's through their guidance and encouragement that thank you. Thank you guys. I love you. Mwah.
And they're saying, well, mostly it's through your inner guidance. You underestimate yourself, your mama tells you. You underestimate yourself and the ability to change people's lives.
Thank you,
Just
Mom.
know that your connection to Source is a lot bigger than you think it is, and understand that you're channeling in a natural way, and that's how you are so good at helping others. That's why your heart never fades. Your heart never fades. It is always full of love, no matter what people do, no matter what they say. That love never fades, and that is because you are 100% connected to Source, to your true being.
Oh,
I can attest to that.
thank you.
Oh, you're
Love
welcome.
you. Well, I talk to them all the time, so, but thank you for that
Yeah.
message, Emma.
That's beautiful.
You're welcome.
Oof.
Well, maybe last but not least, we have Adam here for Cindy.
Awesome.
From Chilling with Adam Hamill. He just wants to tell his mama he loves them very much. He's just, he wants to also pass a message on to his brother. He says, love comes from within, so don't look at it outside of yourself. And if you can find inner love and appreciation, then the whole future will turn around for you in a very bright, starry way, he says. So I love you guys very, very much.
Thank you, Adam.
Just make sure that you love yourself just as much.
We'll make sure that Cindy and your brother get that. Absolutely. Oh, I get chills. I love talking to Adam, Eric, my family. It's like a big reunion.
It's like a party at Emma's.
Well, and they're here in every way but physical. We just need to know that. Okay, we have 5 more minutes, so if you have anybody.
Somebody that's raising their hand. Ooh.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, you should see the comments. I wish we had one for everybody.
I do too.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, this is beautiful.
Just keep an eye on my messages from Beyond videos, and ask your spirit team, your deceased loved ones, to come to me and to pass on a message. And I'm pretty sure it'll pop up there one day.
And you teach medium courses to help people develop their own guidance, so there's lots of ways to get messages.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have classes on Learn It Live, learnitlive.com, where you can, I have a beginner's medium, and right now I'm having an advanced mediumship class on March 4th, so if you want to sign up for that class, you can. And all classes are recorded, so even if you can't join live, you can always view them later whenever it's convenient for you, and you can also view all the past classes, just to give you, because we can all connect to them and we can all receive messages. It's like training, you have to learn how to ride a bike. Well, you got to learn how to open up your awareness and how to connect.
Get out of your way.
It takes a little bit of training, and you got to get out of your own way. We block ourselves. We all are connected every day, all day long, 24/7. So we just have to unblock and release the illusions that were taught to us, from being in a society that tries to keep us disconnected because they get benefit from it. We have to learn to readjust and dismiss everything that really doesn't help us, that blocks us, and feed ourselves with what does connect us, with us, feeding ourselves with love and gratitude and respect, so we can begin to be reconnected with our true self, with who we are inside, and once we can do that, then you can all connect. So just know that everybody has that ability to do so. It's just about, Eric always calls it, you have to reset yourself to factory mode. When we come into the world as babies, we are completely 100% connected, but as we grow up, we're just being trained to take distance from who we really are, and we are being molded and shaped into a form where we can become productive to society, and we can become consumers. It's all about production and consuming. We have to do something for society. We have to be value to it, but we also need to consume. But being who you truly are, doing what you love, following your own heart, all those things are being dismissed. It's about, what are you going to do to make money, and what are you going to do to survive, and what are you going to do to be an attribute to society. But really, all you need to think of is, what are you going to do for you? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go?
Well, I think that we're trained to look for all of it outside. All the training is outside, all the happiness is outside, everything is outside. So when you can turn that around, and it doesn't mean you don't have to, that you can't enjoy things and you can't, love the external world, but all the answers are already there. It's in the package. So when you drop from here, which is limited to here, to your heart, you start to remember. And it raises your frequency, and therefore then you can hear more. That's what I found. Okay, we have a minute and 11 seconds left. What do you want to say?
Well, and just maybe, real quick, channeling, connecting to spirit does not happen with the mind, people. It happens with your heart. Spirits communicate on an emotional level. Our emotions are the most powerful, intense energy frequencies that we have. And so when I connect to spirit, I never think about, and now I'm going to connect to spirit. I feel that I'm connected. There is a difference. And so I think so many people try to use their mind to connect. But the mind is a block. It is a tool that creates confusion and distraction. So shut the mind off.
Drop into the
and
heart.
fully focus into the heart chakra. Fully focus into your emotions,
Expand.
your intuition. That's where the connection is. So whoever's watching, if you want to connect, focus
Thank
on
you,
this.
Emma.
Expand this, not this.
And you'll see what all this is on YouTube.
All right, guys, we'll post
Thank
everything
you.
we'll post all the contact info in the description. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Emma, for
Hop
all
over
the
to YouTube.
messages. Thank you to all our spirit family. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.